Hello, hello. I'm Kim Coco, and I'm so glad you're here today to join me for this training on how to set an intention. Now, this week's blog post talked about 3 simple steps that you can use with your students to guide them into setting an intention at the beginning of class. Now, you can print out the script and these 3 steps in an attachment in the article. So the link is below. It's swagtail.com/set-an-intention. Now, the idea here is that there are 3 simple steps that they are going to utilize to clarify their ideas, essentially identify what they want. The first step in a yoga class, which is very obvious, is to get still. They've showed up, they're removing distractions, they're on their mat, and we often start in a place of stillness before we even move the body. The perfect time to set an intention. Next, you help them create a goal or desire. You're just clarifying what they might already know inside. And I think one of the best ways to do this is to ask an open-ended question. What would it be like if ... And then they can fill in the blank. What would it be like if they were stronger, focused, had more energy? And that might be on their yoga mat or in their life outside of the studio. And then 3, you want to have a catalyst, add a heartfelt catalyst to the idea. So we're connecting mind and body. Now, ideally, you want to have an elevated emotion that pairs with the thought. And then you can center in the heart, focus on their breathing, guide them to bring up that elevated emotion. And I actually created a script here in this worksheet that would help your students walk through this process with the idea of understanding an intention more fully and then how to take that idea into the body. So you can check that out in the download section. And what I really wanted to cover today is the latter part of this worksheet. It's a 5-step process that I use all the time to set intentions when off my yoga mat. Now, ideally, the intention is just clarifying what you want. It's identifying that you have a desire for the future. And this process starts to help fill in the gaps so that you can actualize and receive those desires. So it's a 5-step process, and you can do it on your own to consciously put those ideas down on paper and then add some finesse where needed, add some emotional attachment where needed, engage the senses, but we'll get to all that. So step 1, similar to the 3 steps you guide your students through in a yoga class, is to find a quiet place and time. I have a date option here and a place option here. I think it's kind of fun because it's nice to see as you progress and as you start to set your intentions over time, which ones have come to fruition, which ones are taking some time, which ones kind of fell by the wayside because they weren't that important to you over the long run. So I also add a time frame to mine. We have a date, but sometimes I create in the morning and sometimes I make note of my intentions at night. And it's just kind of fun to go back and see your progress if you so desire. But in this process, I highly recommend you do so when you're not distracted. Do it in the morning while your house is quiet, or take some time in the middle of the day when you have space to think. But ideally, you could do some breathing. You could set a timer and just close your eyes and get very still for a few minutes. Whatever you want to do so that you're in a clear-minded place when you start. Step 2 is you want to start with a goal or desire. So essentially, you're also going to ask yourself, what would it be like if? What would it be like if my business tripled in clients this year? What would it be like if I had an additional staff member to help me out with my admin? What would it be like if I scaled back my hours but still made more money? Or what would it be like if I just had more energy throughout my entire day? Whatever your intention is, you can place that goal or desire here. And you can start broad. It doesn't have to be super specific right off of the bat. Just think, what would it be like if? This opens your mind to receive inspired creativity, new ideas, and not always be attached to the outcome right away. Step 3 in this process is we're going to move into the future. So you're going to take the desire that you expressed in step 2 and imagine that it's already come true. So the rest of this process is going to be you transformed to the future, because if now is the only time that there is, the now here will also be the now in the future. So we're going to step into the subconscious world where time is irrelevant. It's the infinite now. So from step 3 forward, imagine your desire is already true. It's real life. You can see it, hear it, smell it, taste it, touch it. And that's where step 4 comes in. We're going to engage your senses. So the first part of step 4 is we're going to engage your sight. What are you going to see differently in your life right now? If you were going to see more clients, what would that studio space look like? Where would you be teaching? Would you need a new space? How close would those mats be together? Start to visualize what's going to come to fruition, how it's going to come to fruition. If it's the staff member, can you imagine handing a stack of papers off to them or sending an email with the to-do list of what you need help with? Be as specific as you can where you're still feeling that positive, elevated emotion. Don't be stuck or attached to the idea. It can be broad. It might even be some open time on your schedule, or if you were to open your email inbox and just see more emails coming in from interested potential clients. Nothing is off limits, just simply what would you see now that your idea, your intention is made manifest. And then we also want to tie in your hearing sense. So what would others say to you? Wow, your business is thriving, Kim. That's fantastic. Or, gosh, your clientele is growing. Can I book a spot? I know you're really busy. Or you might even just say, see your clients telling you or hear your clients telling you, I just love your classes. I'm so inspired by what you promote here and just the authentic way you share yourself. Thank you so much. So what would you hear from the people around you, your clients, your loved ones, family and friends? What would they tell you in response to your intention coming true? And then also, how would you talk to yourself? Would you feel proud? Would you give yourself a pat on the back? Would you say, gosh, I feel so energized and motivated. I'm so excited to see what this new year holds. Or you could just say, gosh, I just love these new clients that are coming my way. I'm so happy that I've expanded into X, Y, or Z market. Again, no right or wrong, but notice the positive self-talk as your intention has come to life. And then you also want to add in the kinesthetic element. So that's the touching sensory base that you have with the body. And oftentimes the emotion that comes up is a reflection of that sensation. So you might name the emotion. You might feel elated or satisfied. You can feel uplifted. You might feel just really calm and at peace. You might feel confident. So name the elevated emotion that comes to mind. And if that doesn't come up right away, maybe just tap into where you feel differently in the body. You might feel clarity in your head or a tingling sensation all over. You might just feel an openness in your heart or a sense of firmness in your feet, even a smile on your face. So make a note of how that elevated emotion either shows up as a word and or where it shows up in your body. Because we want to take that thought and we're actually rewiring that at the level of the subconscious, which is the cellular structure of the body. And then step 5, now that you have this intention, you've seen it, you've felt it, you've heard it, and you can visualize and embody these elements of how it's going to take shape, it's time to take action. And there's a couple different ways you can do that. So again, as with what we're doing when we're setting an intention with our yoga students, you want to do this from a place where you feel an authentically elevated emotion. So if doing this process, naturally it tends to make you feel pretty good because you're starting to see your intentions take shape. But if you're still not quite there and you're not really buying into it, pause for a moment, focus on the heart yourself, take a couple deep cycles of breath. We've talked about this before. You can take a brain integrated posture where you cross the arms, cross one ankle over the other, and sit back and relax, and then just allow the body to neutralize around your intention. It's also a way to program that intention into the subconscious. And then ideally, you might want to take action toward that goal you have, that intention, the idea. It might be an inspiration to go call a friend. It could be to talk to another client. It could be to go respond to your emails, or just maybe schedule some time today to be by yourself and vision and plan out some ideas for your business future. If it wasn't around your business, then make sure it's related to whatever topic you have at hand. Step 5 is all about having fun as you move toward the end result. Because as we talked about last month in our Yoga Business Academy, you are involved in the infinite game of life. Yoga is an infinite game. Yoga business is an infinite game. So all of these different elements that start to unfold, it's not an event, it's a process. So this will help add clarity to your process. It'll help add more joy and confidence and enthusiasm as you become a purposeful and deliberate co-creator of your life. So use this worksheet to set an intention anytime you feel like you want to just move forward in your life in any given area. And again, have fun, set the intention, detach yourself from the outcome. You can get on your yoga mat, which we do often. And what I love about yoga is you're just breathing and moving and letting your body just embrace the changes you desire. You've gotten into the receiving mode and you're not attached to the outcome. You're not trying to schedule or control how it shows up. You get to live your life. You get to love your life and trust that those elements that you want for your life are coming to you. So have fun in the process. I highly suggest download the worksheet. The link is below. And you'll find the 3 steps to set an intention when you're guiding your students in class. And you'll have a script that you can use if you so desire to walk them through that. And then there's the 5-step process to set an intention on your own in any area of your life. So have fun with this. Enjoy being a deliberate creator of your own life. And I look forward to seeing you very soon. Cheers.